Hello. An exploded drawing or animation can be a great way of showing how a product is assembled out of its component parts. So in this video we're going to look at how we can use Fusion 360 to create an exploded drawing or animation. So once we have our finished model in Fusion 360, we can click on where it says Design in the top left hand corner and then go down the drop down menu to Animation, and here's where we're going to create our exploded drawing. The timeline for our animation is along the bottom there, so the first thing I'm going to do is select 1 second and then zoom out so we have room for our product to explode. And then if we bring it back to the moment, press play, you'll see that the first thing on our animation over that first second is that product zooming away from us. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to select our seat, and then you can see the different options we can do to transform it. So we're going to make that one become invisible, and we can place that on our timeline where we want. So if we go back now, what will happen is it will zoom out just the first second, and then our seat will disappear because we're going to focus on the frame. So next we're going to start to explode our model. So if we select the components on our model that we want to first explode, first move, so I'm going to select the parts of our A-frame. If I hold down shift between selecting the components, you can select more than one. And then we can go up to transform and then manual explode, and we can choose the direction we want it to move and then how far we want it to move, and then draw a trail line that shows that movement. Click on the tick and then you'll see these movements appear on our timeline. We can move those along our timeline to when we want it to happen. So I want it to happen after the seat has disappeared. You can watch it, and out goes our first A-frame. I want the seat to take a little bit longer to fade out, so I can just drag that to make it larger, and now when we watch it back, rather than it being a sudden disappearance, it'll fade out more slowly. Then I'm going to repeat this process with the 3 dowels that hold that A-frame in place. Then adjust the explosion scale so the dowels come to rest at the right place. And then we can watch that back to see if everything is as we want it to be. Then I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. Then I can watch that back to check everything is as I want it to be. For the next part of the animation, I want to focus just on one of the A-frames and look at how that's been assembled. So to start with, I'm going to make the other elements become invisible. So choose the point on the timeline you want, then the parts or components that you want to make invisible. Again, I can move those about or make them longer so they take longer to disappear, like that. And then I'm also going to change the camera angle so we can zoom in and see the detail in the A-frame assembly. And that will appear on our timeline. And then I can start disassembling or exploding the elements of our A-frame. We can then rearrange our timeline to make sure everything happens at the speed and the time that we want it to happen, playing it back each time just to check everything is as you want it to be. And then once we're happy with our animation, we can publish it, which means we can save it and export it as a video file. You can select the format and where you want to save it. So we want, well, we've only made one storyboard, so all storyboards is fine. Name and the location, save. Then if we open it up, there we have our finished animation. We can also take stills from this to create an exploded drawing. Thanks for watching. If you have any feedback or thoughts of other videos on design technology that you'd like to see, please leave them in the comments, and it would be great to hear from you.